Okay, there we are. Looks good. Okay, awesome. We could go in then. So, hello there, God, I can't do the intros. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. So we are going to be doing a new turn here today. I can't believe I did two intros and bugger the both up. That's the power of not editing. This is why I need somebody in the chat when I begin, because then I can start by talking to them. Oh well. Slobberhound. Interesting name. How you doing there, Parmentier? I needed you, my man. I needed you to like, have me segue into an introduction. How you doing there, silly chickens? Okay. So, hopefully things will go well today. We do have the Nagato and we do have the Musu actually heading in to wait for a bombardment today. We also have a bombardment at Kagayan actually with a couple of heavy cruisers, which should be fun. So hopefully they go alright. How you doing there, Scooter Medida? I like that name. Good to see you here. Okay. Ah. Now it looks like the force near to Lagi has shifted actually. Okay, so Kagiro hits a mine. Less than great. Hopefully not too bad. Now the Kagiro is a good class. We'll see, we'll see. We do have the bombardment, and we do see that task force over there. It looks like it's actually further away this time, which is interesting. So we do have the Musu, we do have, obviously, Nagato, who will be bombarding here as well. Now, it sucks at DD being hit by a mine, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, let's hope not. Did she sink? I didn't see that. I saw that she hit a mine, but I didn't see anything about her being sunk. So let's see there, so 136 casualties, not a huge amount obviously, but we do have a good amount of hits on the runway. We do actually have spotters here then, so hopefully that'll be a more accurate bombardment. Hey Therefore, good to have you, my man. Heavy damage. I guess we'll see. That's very odd. I mean, that is quite odd, actually. To say, like, a bombardment and then nothing happens. We just bombarded Wake. The DD Kagiro hit a mine at Wake. But Musu and Nagato actually bombarded, and thus far okay. We do have our bombardment over here. Oh, I didn't realise there's actually a unit still here. My god, that's been there a while. That's been there so bloody long. That's incredible, actually. Okay. So we do have the heavy cruisers over here, then opening up against Kagayan. Hey, done that, plumber. We lost 17 more. And counted. We bombarded Wake. We had Kagiro hit a mine, unfortunately. And as Infinite Monkey says there, the sale is on at Matrix, so you can get the game really at a fantastic price. Yeah, I guess we'll see how it turns out. I mean, it's a shame to have anything hit a mine, but okay. It depends. Ooh, did we take some shots there? I think I might have misread that, actually. Yeah, I think it's when it switches over there. But this looks to be a more effective bombardment, which you'd expect, really. Oh, that's why. So we actually hit some ships that were in the port. That's why. I was thinking that something got hit there. Okay, so there's 2 AKLs in there. That's nice. I mean, that one may potentially go down, but they're going to be quite heavily damaged either way. Yeah, it looks like it. I didn't realise there's AKLs in here. 181 there. Plenty of hits on the runway. Airbase, obviously, fairly damaged. Yeah, and we can keep this up, so we'll be able to do some good old amounts of damage there. So 102nd PA, 101st. Yeah, there you go. Warinthepacific Animals Edition is currently $16, which is a incredible sale. Now, somebody just sank. I'm going to assume it was one of the AKLs, because I don't see a message for Kagero. Or Kagero. How you doing there, Connor? Good to have you, my man. Okay, I-22 here, DDs. Now, did they shift, actually? Or is this a new task force? Oh! Oh, there we go. So that actually confirms a prediction. So we do see the New Mexico, the Maryland there. That's actually really interesting. We've been discussing for a little while, actually, the idea that once we do land at Wake Island, he will have BBs come in to bombard. And I think that kind of confirms it there, which is quite interesting, actually. And we have our DMS W3 going in here. Looks like he laid some mines at Port Blair, the son of a bitch. I was a little bit confused then. Wait, what? You hit a mine at Port Blair? Oh dear. Right, so we are seeing those ships down there. Has he pulled back from Talagi? That's an interesting one there. Okay. Quite a lot of mine action this day. No, we are seeing ships out that way. Yeah, one of these is also on sale. Hopefully we will have an announcement next week when one of these two will be released. I mean, I don't know if that's going to be a confirmation. Hopefully. Be nice if it was. You know that, I was just thinking actually, I'm thinking some sound effects actually sound louder. I like some sound effects actually sound new. And that's because I've got like the actual effect volume turned up for the first time ever, so some of these are sound effects I've never actually heard. Okay, so just bombing the actual airfield here, so we can't fortify. And going in here once again for the airfield, increase the amount of bombers here a little bit. Well, okay, that was quite short, but we do actually have 2 I-15s damage. We have 1 destroyed on the ground, so not bad, I'll take it. No flights is really weird. It seems he's not capping that at all, which, okay. In which case I would have preferred a few more hits on the actual airfield, but, I mean, I'll take 1 destroyed aircraft and 2 damage, presumably. Hitting the airfield over here at Bob Moresby once again. It's an interesting one, really. Had we the ability to fly offensive missions from Midway, sorry, not from Midway, from Eniwatok, then we could. We'd be within range of Wake, but where he is now is going to be beyond our range. I'd have to see how far. We might be able to potentially use them for like a G4M1, but it really does depend on how far away. I think they're about 21 hexes away. Okay. Bombing Wankau. I do have troops being loaded up to head over here to Wankau, or at least I have ships being sent out to pick up troops to head to Wankau, actually, I should say. It seems like Wankau is empty, but well, we're not sure yet, but it seems like it is. Oh yeah, it's in the Discord somewhere. There we go. It doesn't seem like there's any defenders there. Okay. Now, we haven't seen anything near Midway. Oh. Okay. W3 goes down there, I guess. I may not have been paying attention there. Did she get hit by coastal guns? I'm not entirely sure how she went down, but did she hit a mine? I know she swept some mines. Did she hit a mine? Seen Catalina's there over Dutch East Indies. W3, it was a minesweeper. We do have another another 4 DMSs heading out that way, so we can replace that. Okay. See more SB freeze. I'm amazed he's still using them, but okay. Just damaged by flak here today, which is surprising considering that at 1,000 feet there, they should have been torn up. Okay, Blenheim falls. Okay, it's safe. I can talk about the fact we didn't get torpedoed, which is really nice. That's good. If it was a wake. Right, okay. Yeah, great music, isn't it? Well, didn't seem to sweep many minds. But at least it has confirmed that there are possibly additional minefields that we might not have been aware of. Okay, and that force has finally gone there, which is not too surprising, but we have there a total of 1 squad disabled, 1 non-combatant disabled there. Yeah, they had no chance. They had a lot of disruption and minus supply. The entire force is destroyed, so that is a good number of casualties. Yeah, destroyed. And then we can have those troops move on towards Changsha now, which is good. I just want to see the day they move across. I really want to see that day. I don't know when it's going to come. I just want to see it. I don't know if he's actually going to just move 1 unit there or something, because it's so strange. Hopefully, it's a bit odd actually that we didn't have the bombers fly out today. No mind. Bombardment over here at Kienko. How you doing there, Just? So we'll speed this up then. Actually, no, we'll take a look then. So we've still seen a number of cores here then. Was that 4, 5, at least 5 strong cores. There may yet be more units over here that we can't see. It looks like it's still moving units out. That Chinese cavalry corps not having a good day. I'd like to remove it for the 1st AA regiment. That'd be a good one to take out there. Okay. So we have 387 casualties there. 10 destroyed, 21 disabled, 2 and 2. That's good to see. Yeah, sure. We have our shock attack over here. We had the bombardment that wasn't to be, which was kind of odd. Hopefully they will be forced to surrender here today. So there's quite a lot of those units there I would like to have destroyed. A number of them are probably at Soribaya, but not that many of them. The ones that have been able to fly out that way. So fingers crossed we'll be able to take it today. They should have been spotted by a bombard, but I don't know what happened there. Maybe it did bombard, or just didn't. I don't know. But it doesn't look like it did, for some reason. Right, 262 to 73, and we do finally capture it. So thank God for that. There we go. Oh, that's how you pronounce it, Jakarta, okay. It doesn't quite look like it, but when you hear about it, it's like Jakarta. Okay, that makes more sense now. We still have a few days of the amphibious bonus. I mean, there's obviously reasons why we're doing it now. Yeah, there we go. 7,260. 7,623 there. That's quite good. That's a lot of non-combatants destroyed there. So that should be worth quite a little bit of victory points. Right, we have the bombardment over here. And there we go. So we can see that the elements of the 56th Division have finally arrived. We shouldn't be too far now from having the tanks as well. Might be a day or two before the tanks arrive. The good news is I can have the regiments from Jakarta rest up to some degree, but we could have them moved over to Banduan. I'd even potentially see where the rest of their division is to reform that, if we can do. Okay. You can see all these base forces over here, so still more of them, but there's not going to be many of them left here. Also, this sort of by a base force is the biggest one. So we'll speed that up. So, a few more casualties lost there, but we do have more AV, which is good. Just wait on the tanks now, and then we can go ahead and attack. We have our shock attack again over here. I just need them to surrender. These kind of units are just ridiculously hard to deal with. And they retreat. Okay, how they're retreating, I'm not too sure, but they're apparently doing it. Of course, of course. For fuck's sake. So they suffer 205 casualties. How many men do they actually have? Oh, for God's sakes. Ugh, that's annoying. There we go, capture that obviously. We know he's operating aircraft out here somewhere, so taking all these bases over here is going to be a good thing. Okay, there we go. Alright, fair enough. Kuala Lumpur, we're going to low garrison. What? What? I'll have to double check that one. Okay. What I'm going to do here is for the first time ever, is just turn the music off. I need to find a way to make that... God damn, that's so much better. I need to find a way to make that music, like, quieter, because for some goddamn reason, it is so loud. Come on, game. There we are. Just going to go ahead and save it, and then we can reopen it. If I sound weird, by the way, it's because I wasn't actually expecting to do a stream, so I had a couple of beers beforehand, which is why I sound a little bit off kilter. Oh dear. Okay, so we'll go ahead and load that up. I'm glad I got the turn back today, because it is quite nice. It's tomorrow and pretty much every day of the week I'm busy, so that's quite handy. Where do you want to move the large LCUs in the Dutch East Indies after you defeat the Dutch? And that's a really good question. We'll take a look at that before I know your answer. Well, I know your last question, which is aircraft losses and so and such. So G4, we do see him lose a Vindicator today, so we know he's obviously using those aboard as carriers. D3A, B5 and 2, both to ops, which kind of sucks. SB3 to ops, an I-15 there we hit on the ground. Other than that, nothing particularly. The Vindicator going down is good, though. He doesn't have many of those Vindicators, and everyone he loses is less awareness for him. So we shoot up at 17,000, which is good, because we gain quite a bit from destroying units. I think so, at least, actually. I think what were we at beforehand? 8.9, was it? I can't remember what it was in terms of ground losses. Actually, I need to check on the ship zone. Yeah, redneck. Oh, dear. Right, let's see. Right, there we go. So 5-inch coastal defense gun then. So that confirms that it was coastal defenses, which, okay, fair enough. We are seeing aircraft over here. Oddly enough, it's saying lost and damage on the port, which I don't think is correct, surely. Combat reports there. So we saw hits on the runway here. Okay. I'll see you later, Connor. Have a good one, my man. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That sounds pretty awesome. That sounds like congratulations. That sounds really cool. I mean, I do have a great name if you want to go ahead and put that name down. I know it's probably a little bit too late, but, you know. Okay. So we know that there's at least 2 battleships over here, which is interesting. Moving east. And so they're 14 hexes from Wake. They are 25 from Roy Mer. They were about here beforehand. And we did have a number of submarines set up to actually intercept them on their way back, actually. We kind of expected them to go a little bit more direct, but it looks like, okay, that's interesting. How is the DD that hit a minus? Good question, actually, Kagiro. Okay, so she's got flotation damage. Plenty of major, but she can probably make it back, actually. Which is nice. Oh, I'll tell you what, I've got the sound settings. I need to punish Gary for doing this. Let's see. Is it unit sounds? Let's go for 2, actually. There we are. But we do have Mutsu, we do have Nagato over here, then. Yeah, they are. Which is handy. So they're spotted. They're undetected now. Okay. We do have Kitabatai, which is not detected right now, and it seems nobody else is. He is going to be aware that Kitabatai is here due to the fact of the B5N2s. But he doesn't have direct visual on where Kitabatai is, which is good. Yesterday was 8,920. That's good, then I thought something like that. Today is 9,232 army VP losses there. So that's good, then. So we gained, what, like 300-ish? Something around that, which is pretty good, actually. Yeah, so Kagero can be repaired, then. She should be able to make it out there. I mean, what's her speed at? So she's doing 15 knots. I should go down to 7 knots there. Which might be able to make it. 312, that's good, then. That's good. We'll have more to claim as well in the next couple of days, so that's going to be quite good. Yeah, that's like sinking a BB. Yep. Well, that's exactly it, isn't it, really? Worth more than a carrier. Now, let's see. Speaking of carriers... Okay, not seeing him down here, but that is a lot of actual assets over here. Is he going for some sort of super bombardment? Or is this something else? It's very strange, because he sat here. Was it about here? He sat... Yes, he sat up this hex for a long time. That's very interesting. So it looks like he's gained additional ships there. Okay. Is he prepared to do something else? Perhaps? Are they 2 USN BBs near Wake, the 14 on the 16s? Not too sure on that one. Let's see. So we have New Mexico and Maryland. Do with that what you wish. Alright, there we go, yeah, so we can see that she did take some guns there. So 14 mines have been cleared there, okay? So Wake Detachment, Defense Battalion find at W are free here, okay. So it does confirm that the earlier AMCs, was it, or ACMs, that were sent out here to Wake would have been destroyed. But still, they are, it's one of those, they are serving the purpose. She likely would have revealed any minefields that might have been undetected, and she did clear a couple of mines. Not really worth her loss, but at least we have that confirmed to us now. Could have been Invasion Task Force. Possibly so, but I don't know if he would go for that. I mean, he could go for that, but I don't know. There's not much exactly AV-wise here to like, but even then, that's kind of crazy. So I guess we'd see about that. How you doing, Just? We do have naval bombers as well. We do have Zeros in the area to support that. I don't know, I guess we'll see there. New Mexico is a 12-inch, which doesn't sound very large, does it, actually? So maybe he's going for the ones that are the least value, perhaps? So, detection over here, cool. Oh, 14, I was going to say, that sounds like really unimpressive. Okay. Right, we do have fuel heading in here to Rabal, which is good news. We also do have our fuel heading out this way towards the Niltok. Which is there. So we do have 20-odd thousand units of fuel there headed towards the Niltok, which is going to be quite useful. I do have... Right, there they are. Have they both loaded up? Because if they have, that's great. So we have the Naval Guard and tanks here. And we have the 2nd Division here as well. It looks like they both loaded up then, which is excellent. Yep, 2 fast transports over here. And there we go. Okay, so that's great news then. So Qualogene there is almost done. There's only a small amount of fuel there, which will be unloaded during the next phase, so we can have them leave pretty much this turn. And yeah, there we go. We have shifted a good number of assets out of here then, so we have no actual ground forces at Quadrillane due for the invasion. So no stacking limit over here, which is good. We do have ready over here. Well, let's see. So we have a 33rd Infantry Regiment, which we decided to actually have wait here for the time being. So we need to go ahead and actually get things organised. We are going to get them organised, and then we can go ahead and begin the landing zone, which is good. Hey, there, plumber. I've listened to it. I think you're referring to like the Supernova in the East one. I've listened to it, but then it's like a little weird because I actually do have the books that he's reading, or at least some of the books he's reading. I've read parts of the books that he's read from in the first episode, so it's kind of strange. Eventually, I will get back to them. I just sadly don't have time, really, but we'll do eventually. Just imagine that they're living off the land, really. Imagine they're living off the land. Okay. I know it sounds kind of weird actually not having the music. I'm going to have to try and figure out how to get the music to be quieter because it's kind of annoying. Just something in the background's nice, but I can't physically make it quieter in the methods I've known. So I'm going to have to devise a new method. Okay, let's see. So in China... Oh, hello. That's a bold-ass move. So we see a unit over here. Right, and that has likely come from chunking. Okay. I mean, yes, plumber can sing, there we go. Playing the harmonica as well. Maybe there are additional units over here that we don't see. But even then, we do see that unit over here, so that's obviously moved down. We do have these units over here. That temporary division there is 16 AV. I may have to... Well, we do have a tank regiment there, but I'd prefer to use armoured cars or something of that nature. May have to use that. But we're okay for the time being. I think I'll have that continue on this way. I guess we'll see. I might have to go ahead and just use the tank regiment, considering that is the thing that's most able to deal with this. But I could do with some additional men here. So let's see. It's not too bad. Now moving that way. Yeah, I could just do a little bit of AV here, just patrol here. But they're not very powerful, so we should be able to manage that. China counterattack, okay. I don't know if that gets less funny with age or more funny with age. Plumber's crack. I like that. Okay, so we have a division over here and the tank regiment. I mean, once this is done at Sinning, then we actually do have forces freed up, which is quite handy. How we're looking here, actually. Low fatigue and disruption, so we can go ahead and actually order a deliberate attack there. Their headquarters is actually moving closer. It's not that far away. Eventually catch up. And here we are. We have arrived over here at Rumchi. This is it. Once we have this now, once we have this done, then maybe one tank regiment, the smaller one, like the 3rd tank regiment, just to make sure we can take these in some semblance of time, maybe. But even then, we do have ground troops that could march that way. Probably want to just have these head out to where they're needed. But we can go ahead and... why is that so low quality? That's weird. And now it's seemingly back. I don't know what's going on there. I literally haven't changed anything. Okay. Is it okay now? I don't know what went on there. Anyway, so we can have these guys go ahead and attack. That was weird. I saw that. That looked really bad. I don't know why that's like that. Why the hell is it doing that? Right. Oh, wow. That's... I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Right. I literally haven't changed anything. I've tapped out now. I mean, it's not the game. I mean, that looks to be like a Twitch side thing, really. I could try and restart the stream, but can I be asked? Not particularly. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Is it going to be okay? Let's hope it's okay. Never had that happen before, so I don't know what to do about it. Do you have anything planned against the Navy in the south? Yes, to sink them ideally. We do have a forces of the sea set up for them. We have been expecting them to come in for a bombardment for some days now. We do have the naval bombers over here as well. That should have increased in number. Well, I say should have. We do need more aviation support here, actually. Might have to see about getting some there. I guess we'll continue. Hopefully things are okay. And I've never had that happen before. I've never actually seen that happen before either. So that's an interesting one. Okay, I do have an APD, by the way, over here, carrying some elements of the 32nd Naval Garrison Battalion, or Naval Garrison, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to have them take that dot base there. There's a couple little dot bases around here that I'd like to go ahead and take, just for completeness, really. Can't really have little bases like this, because we could, in theory, use them. So we need to try and remove that as a possibility there. Okay. Elsewhere, then. So, armor is moving. Now... Really? Okay. Apparently I've only got 3 miles to go to Surabaya. I don't know if I'm... I don't know. I guess maybe so. I'm just a little bit confused how they've got there. But apparently I've only got 3 miles to go. They're going to cross the water, you see. I guess we'll see there. How heavily will you garrison the Java region? Not heavily. You don't really need to be honest. It's not like he has a lot of forces to invade with at this moment in time anyway. And this is the beauty of having air power. You can use air power to defend it. But yeah, a light garrison for the most part. I don't think anything larger than that is really sufficient. Well, really required, I should say. I've been thinking about buying this. It is on sale. Do it. Do it now. Buy it. Don't even think about it. Just buy it. Is it worth buying, even though you may never get to play? Well, you can play against the AI. The AI is never going to be as good as a human opponent, but the AI is still not bad. It does follow essentially like a set of scripts, as far as I understand it. So it's not a ridiculously intelligent foe, but when you first play the game, it'll probably be a good enough foe for you to learn how to play the game. But this is it. There's a lot of people out there who enjoy playing one of the Pacifics, so you can always find a game, I'd imagine. So pick it up. Just do it. Don't even think about it. Just do it. Right, they're gonna arrive there tomorrow. They've been heading to Banduan for a long time now, but eventually they will arrive. So that's great. How you doing that, Michael? Ah. That's not a bad idea there. Mike says play head-to-head versus yourself. Not a bad idea, actually. You could have, like, your... I don't know, maybe you could be the good twin versus the evil twin. Who knows? The Jekyll versus the Hyde. Alright, let's see. Thankfully, I don't need a garrison over here, which freezes up quite nicely. How did we make off here, then? So, we had... And that's okay then, so we had 18 of the 20 light industry preserved, 18 of the 20 resource centers preserved, which is quite good. And we have, damage-wise, pretty much nothing, so okay. I don't know what happened regarding the bombardment. Maybe they just couldn't find a target to bombard, which is bizarre, but they didn't, so okay. That's a lot of fatigue and disruption. I'd upset about, really. But oh well. So if I take a look then, I do control the rails here. I don't think I can actually use them because I don't control the base. I will double check because I'm going to have them moved out strategically anyway. So I'll have them moved out to a larger base and then moved in there. I just want to double check. I don't think we can go there. No, we can't. But what I will do then, actually let's go ahead and first check. So 31st Division then. So Jakarta, Nanking, really? And Ichang. Oh, it's that division. Okay, it's that division. That makes sense. Did I just look at the same one, or are they both the same? Oh, wow. That's actually pretty impressive how far away it is there. So, but it is a unrestricted unit, so that's cool. Okay, so they don't go ahead and rebuild any divisions anytime soon. That's okay. I'll use them for what they're worth now. No, hang on a second. I think we clicked on something wrong there. Right, there we go. I was going to say, that's strange. So we have Task Force 27 over there, which is at Aniwatok. So we have Sorobaya, Malang. Yeah, okay. So that one can be reformed eventually, but obviously it does have a regiment out at Aniwatok. So we'll have to deal with that eventually. But that's okay. I'll have them sent out here to... I could go for Batavia as a large base, but yeah, likely not to have to deal with malaria there. I think I will do that. Should be major rail out there to Batavia. Okay. I do have a light cruiser over here, which is actually spotted, but I imagine that's due to the bombardment. And less so due to him having something to spot us. It would be useful to potentially keep in this area to actually have to sell out to, well, actually no, saying that, we do have, I tell you what we can do here then. Right, so cancel the move on that one. This one I'm going to have actually used. I'm going to have it rest this turn. Saying that I might not need to. I'd like to take this island over here. So that'd be quite useful. I don't think I need, you know, what I can do actually is, it doesn't actually matter, so what I can do then is bring them to fast combat. So we can attack in the wrong operations mode, so that's fine. Take them there. Low troops only, so I need to just take the island and then we can leave the island. But I can go ahead and take that. It is a size 0 port, so that's going to take a stupidly large amount of time. Oh well. Can't you move regiments to Sorobaya if you need more AV? We do have more AV at Sorobaya. I could do that, but it would take a lot longer than I'd rather. We'll have a look at the signal in a second, actually. And over here now we do have... And it's not a bad idea, therefore. It's not a bad idea. It's just one of those of, well, it'd take a while for them to arrive there. We have 912 AV here now. All I'm waiting on is just the tanks to arrive. We should actually have them both arrive tomorrow, and then that means we can attack the day after. So we should have Sorobaya fall likely on the 26th of March. So we do have a good number over here now. All with pretty good preparation, which is pretty damn handy. It's tempting to have them bombard, but it's not required, really. Signal intelligence, we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Heavy volume at San Fran, Adelaide, which I think is Australia, isn't it? Nagpur, obviously India. I think that's the interior there as well. Heavy volume radio transmissions to Seattle, and Sydney, and Vavau, which... That one rings a bell. I feel like I recognise that one. Is that like a Pacific Island somewhere? I feel like it rings a bell. I feel like it rings a bell. Still running reconnaissance over here then. Right, okay. We do have forces being sent out this way, which we can actually use to eventually deal with them. That's going to be quite good. They should be leaving Nagasaki. Let's see. Ah, there we are. Yep. And they're heading to Yap. At least those guys are. We do have oilers heading out here. Okay. And the stream's gone weird again. I don't know why the stream's going weird, so... Yeah, it doesn't make a difference telling me the quality's bad, but I appreciate it. I don't think there's anything I can do on my part. I think it's probably a Twitch problem there. So, this isn't a video, this is more like an audiobook now. Or a podcast. A podcast, yes. We'll go a podcast. I'm here with my guest, DJ Lonely. Okay, division has arrived here. So we can have them go ahead and pull off a shock attack against these 3 units over here. Should offer no resistance there, really. We do have our divisions march into the north. Yep, so they should arrive there. Hex outside of Quailin tomorrow, in theory. We see 5 units on that hex there in times 2 terrain, but they should be able to handle that. Other than that, we still see him moving towards the swamps out of Chang. Not seeing really any other movements, to be honest. Seen 18 over there at Chungking, apparently. 1 outside still. Still seeing the 2 units at Chengdu. Was it 2? I think it was 2 there. Vavu, I think it was. Maybe. Right, we are reducing his aircraft there. So we can continue that. Now we do have the 5th Armoured Car Company there, which should arrive shortly, possibly even next turn, actually. It is is it major? It's major road here, isn't it? No, it's secondary road, okay. Might take about 2 days for them to arrive there. That's okay. Yeah, see, this unit over here is interesting, so that's heading out to Ankang. And he does have a decent amount of AV there, but even if he sends another unit, is he going to have enough there? I mean, he's not gaining any additional supply. He might have had that supply built up over all this time. But even then, times 3 terrain, I don't think it lasts very long. And I don't know if they'd be able to make much in the way of gains there. We do also have the 37th Division and the 12th Division detachments heading down this way as well, so we can make use of those. I do have the 12th detachment over here. Which I think I will... I don't know, do I cancel that movement? Is they're on that hex now? I don't know how strong that unit is, so what I'm going to do is actually have them in position. We may be able to use them to attack across here and kick these guys out of that hex. I think it's... I don't know, maybe he's trying to actually go ahead and establish like a line here of units. Did you note the Chinese unit showing up at 8142? Where's 8142? Oh, that's 8142. Yes, I've noted that. Yeah, no, it's kind of odd. Maybe he's trying to establish like a line so he can actually have hexside control here, but it doesn't do him a great deal of good. Okay. Yeah. That's funny timing. Let's take a look over here at Burma then. They're moving rather slowly. I know secondary road, but even then. 4th RTA is ready to be moved out, so they're going to be moving over there to Magway. 5th Division, yeah, they're moving. They just seem to be moving quite slowly, but then again, it's secondary road that they're marching on now. So fair enough. Okay, and we have hexside control of the south here. We have control over here, the north. We're just missing over here, really. But, I don't know, we could go ahead and attack, perhaps. And it would force them to retreat over here, and I do then have the troops that would arrive via rail to Magway. We still have the 7th RTA here. What I could do then is potentially, let's see. They'd have to cross that. I don't think it's that much of a problem. I think maybe we'll go ahead and attack, but I don't know. It'd be nice to have units in place. These guys will begin moving this turn when we end this turn. They would likely arrive at Magway. No, actually, they'd have to go in an awkward direction to get to Magway, so it's not as direct as I was hoping for. But I do have these units moving here. They're moving back. It's going to take them some time to arrive. I was kind of hoping they would have been able to deal with this, but that's going to be annoying. What is it? Is it roads there? Of course, there's no bloody roads. This unit is the bane of my life. It just refuses to die. I don't know how much of a threat that is, really, because we do have a 14th Tank Regiment there. I may simply be better off moving back across the river. But I'll chase them for now. Okay. Yeah, we'll get the divisions moving over here to Paoshan. There's 2 units there, which should be quite easily dealt with by the divisions. So they made pretty good progress. We do see that there is a unit over here to Pakoi, so that's something we'll deal with then. And there we are. We have these fellows here, which are unloading artillery. I can tell them to actually dock there, and then they can head back to Manila, actually. So retirement is allowed. So that does increase the numbers we have here. So we'll have more artillery here tomorrow, which is good. I can have that artillery then move forward to aid these fellows over here. I'd like to push on towards the city of Wuchao, because that's actually worth quite a bit to us. Well, it's worth a lot to him because it actually produces supply. He's going to be running out of it's going to be running out of cities that produce supply soon enough. And we have 9 out of 10 there on Wenkao, and it does look like he has left the city defenseless, which is an interesting thing to do. It's a shame that we're bombarded, but we simply didn't know it was empty, and we didn't expect it. But, okay. Which means that our BBs, well, Haruna and the DDs will be over here in Nagasaki. Are they not here? They should be here. Why are they not showing up here? Have they not arrived yet? Oh, they are in there. Okay. Well, they're undergoing repairs there anyway. And there's the DDs. Yeah, so we can put them into shipyard if we so wish to do so, which is probably a quicker thing to do because they come straight out then. But they're there, so we can sort them out later on. Decide what we want to do with them. So the light amount of damage will be repaired in a short time anyway. I don't think there's any major damage to be concerned about. So we could probably leave them as they are, and it'll be just fine. More than likely. Or even PSI perhaps might be an option. His carriers are likely here-ish somewhere. He might be shifting. It'd be very strange to have the BBs out by themselves. The reason being, well, they are quite slow. He knows that we have Kidapati. You wouldn't put something like this out unless you were able to cover it. If there is detection around the submarines here, I mean, that could be explained by float planes, but that's, I don't know, it's really quite accurate. So there's likely more float planes, or it could be aircraft from carriers, perhaps. It could be aircraft flying out from Midway, but even then, those are still quite good numbers there. It is slow if you repair minor damage in dry dock. Yeah, that's fine, which is why I'm probably going to leave them as is. If there's major damage, obviously we could put them in there. Okay. Pretty good. Now, it's looking pretty good then so far. Not much to report on, really, this turn. Obviously making gains, which is always a good thing here. He's still moving over there. Looking forward to being able to destroy that unit, because then we have that wrapped up. I had initially thought about having some reinforcements moved over there, but I don't think I need to. Okay, what I'm going to do here then is... How much can we dock here? Not a huge deal. Was it 12,000? Can't recall. What I'm going to do here then is actually put them all in for the time being and grab the ones with the most cargo capacity, put them into the dock, and then we'll start moving them out like that. But in fairness, would I rather put the smaller ones in? How many tons are they? 3,000 tons. What can we actually handle at the port? 12 as I thought, okay. How do they compare to the larger then? 7,400 tons there. Yeah, the reason why they're here is to pick up fuel on the way back. What we have there? 9,000. Damn, just a little bit over. See what we do. See what we can do. Yeah, they are quite weighty, aren't they? I guess we'll do that then, 3 at a time. Put the DD in there with them. And dock up. Have them load fuel. Yeah, more than likely the ones in Borneo. Be great if they were gone now, though, just so we could be sure. Still that dot base there in Borneo that I do need to take, which is kind of a pain in the arse. But oh well. Okay, I was going to unload these guys over here, but decided, well, we're not going to load all of that supply down here anyway. So what we'll do then is get the troops offloaded, and then we can have that supply sent back over there. And yeah, I mean, this is if we don't particularly need it in Luzon. Obviously, I'd rather have it there than have us suffering, but that's okay. So we have the bombardment over here, so we can have them retire and rearm. Okay. Josh, you say this every time. You say this every time. You're such a prophet of doom, my man. Like, my god, we've had a few defeats at sea, but we haven't had anything catastrophic. I mean, the biggest thing obviously was the Kidapati, mini Kidapati, but okay, hasn't really stopped us. And we do have a major operation underway, which is the Wake operation, which is the major thing. I mean, he's selling out his BBs, he's selling out CVs, he's done a lot to try and stop us from taking Wake. This is a major operation as far as it goes. We do have troops being moved down here to the Bismarck Sea, so we can go ahead and take Moresby, which we have essentially subdued already. And we're making big gains in China and Burma. I mean, this is it. How much can we really do? Can we do what's really realistic, to be honest? We'll see. I think a... okay, I mean, if we can get to Los Angeles, I'd be impressed. But that's probably not going to happen. Probably not. They might just think that we were like tourists or something. Okay. I would like to consider a deliberate attack there. The numbers aren't that bad, actually. Might be worthwhile going for, especially as he's moving units out, perhaps. And it would be nice to try and break his fortification level down somewhat. Deliberate attacks aren't too bad. I mean, we might go ahead and do that. Maybe. Yep, they're marching across the mountains, it seems, as I thought they would. Okay, that's going to have to be changed. I thought that might happen, but it looks like it actually is happening, so okay. That's kind of annoying. Right, I can go ahead and take this base over here. There we are. Artillery's moving there. That artillery will continue marching on to Paoshan. And can back up the artillery. Sorry, can back up the divisions. We do have the RTA there, so they'll arrive there tomorrow. Oh dear. Let's see then. So we have a unit over here now. Okay. So this unit is marching in this way. We have this now covering this side of the hex too. They're marching down this way towards Tushian. I mean, in fairness, if he delays us taking Chongqing, I mean, there's nothing we can really do about that. The fact that we'd be able to march on Chongqing at all is actually quite an achievement for us. An unexpected one that should not have happened, but okay. We'll have to deal with it as we deal with it, but it's it's not that much of a problem. Obviously, we can't just like blitz through that. But saying that, in clear terrain, we pretty much can, so we'll see about that. I may go ahead and decide on a deliberate attack perhaps next turn. We'd have to see. Maybe before these additional troops arrive, but that'll be quite some days. But that's not too bad, I guess. Attack perhaps, and then allow the additional troops to arrive, or we could wait for additional troops to arrive and continue to push on this side of China, push on this side of China as well, and maybe wait for things to be perhaps in a better state. Because while we have him here at Gianco, we can keep bombarding him until additional reinforcements arrive, which would then give us more oomph to be able to push on and keep pushing, perhaps. Something we'll have to decide. I'd like to attack, but then again, it's one of those of, is it necessary to attack? Yes, always yes, but we'll see. We do have our divisions over here, which are in a great position now. Okay. I'd like to get that. It'd be quite useful to have that brigade up there, but who does this belong to? 58th Division, which is at Shanghai. So I will have that sent out to be rebuilt at Shanghai then. Do you know the number of units in Gianco? I think, what is it, 32? So it's still 32 then. Okay. These fellows can march straight on to Changsha. Actually, have them all follow. Same operations mode, sorry. So that's these guys. They can march this way. Now, they do tend to take an odd path, so I'm going to have them move there, then move into Wuchang. Then we can have them sent out there to Shanghai, and I can rebuild that division then. Okay, so North China area army is moving towards Changsha. Give us more of that support out that way, which is quite useful. You could use the divisions to bombard. The issue is it uses a lot of supply, and it's not really worth that supply for what damage they do. I mean, the artillery does pretty good, and they don't use a huge amount. Maybe, but I don't know. We tried it, I'm not as convinced by the damage it does, really. For the amount of supply expenditure. I mean, maybe it's something that we could do, because obviously we do have supply, but then it's like, well, is it worth it? Is it, like, in terms of cost efficiency, is it worthwhile? I don't know. Eventually we'll be able to start bombing here, which would be great. We do have additional units moving over here to Xi'an. In terms of actual engineers, I'm looking forward to that. And aviation spot's going to be great. Kind of a pain that we have to wait on it. But oh well. I do have Nanyang over here. I don't know. Is Nanyang more attractive? But then again, I'm having to start from 0 again, aren't I? Yeah. Yeah, but then it's like I'd have to see how much we use when we do bombard with the divisions. But it's a fair amount from what I can remember. Yeah. Okay. I need that to move there. I need that to carry on just and finish that movement. I want to see where that goes. So 40th Division's heading back there. They're set to head towards Shanghai, but obviously they're not. I'm going to have them just sent to Hankow. And in fairness, we could have them rebuilt at Hankow. It gives us another garrison then at Hankow to work with. We could also then have our division split into 3, and that allows us to cover a couple hexes, which is nice, with an okay amount of force. Something that we can use either way. Right, so they're marching there not too far. Okay. Now we're looking pretty good then. Not terribly much to report on, really. So I'll just go ahead nicely. They're moving out. Cool. Okay. We're not seeing any activity by the Brits at this time, which is odd, but I guess there'll be something going on. Warships in there too, which is not too surprising. Plenty of aircraft over there. But the interesting thing is it'd be really quite nice to try and get some detection on Colombo. I mean, that'd be great if we could try and detect what was actually in there. So we eventually will have a G3M3, which we'll be able to use to actually launch a port strike at Colombo. And it'd be great if we could actually try and do that if there, to try and time it with there being no cap there. That'd be great. We're looking pretty good. So I'll take a look at the industry, and then we'll go ahead and call this stream to an end for the most part. Because there's not that much that we need to go over. And Twitch is being weird tonight for some odd reason. Which is a little bit less than stellar. So 95, so we'll advance next turn there, which is good. Okay. A6M3 looking good. Looks like the A6M3. Oh no, it has an advance check because it's not there. Okay. Really want that. I always say that. How you doing there, Pistol? Good to have you, my friend. Yeah, zeros. Could Abu be a base? I don't know which one Abu is. I'd have to take a look at that. So we have the 1-6 for key 8-3. Be nice if we had another one. Apparently not. Oh well. Eventually we'll get one. Yeah, just in general making progress. Let's see. Whereabouts is the key? Which one is it now? Whereabouts are you? It should be almost finished now. Ah, there we are. So we'll have a Nick possibly finish off expansion tomorrow, which would be quite nice. And then obviously when it is available, we can start producing those, which I'm looking forward to. Oh, south of India. Abu. Oh, Adu. Adore? I can't quite read that. Adu. Yeah, but then you'd have to get past Ceylon. I mean, that's where MKB would be great to have. Unfortunately, we don't have that capability, and he does have carriers, so that's probably outside the realms of possibility right now. In the future, maybe, but we'll see. Okay. We know he's been building a Madras. Diego Garcia. I think it's yeah, I suppose it's the south here. Okay, okay. So we had some march and fall last turn, which was great. I need to get some shipping out this way. We're looking good. So now we're looking pretty good. Let's wait for the tanks to arrive over here. That's a base in Java that fell, which is quite nice. Gained some nice VP from that. Finished off those units. So there's only now 2 bases on mainland Java that need to fall. Bandoen and Surabaya. So what we'll have to do then is obviously concentrate forces to deal with that. Looking good. The forces then afterwards, well, we'll have to decide where they do go then, to be honest. That's going to be an interesting decision. We might be able to use them. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how the situation looks at that time. So we have to make quite a big decision as to where they go. Well, I guess we'll see. So we did hit these ships over here in port, which is nice. And let's see. I do have light cruisers over there. I can go ahead and have them set up for a bombardment. Over here. And then they can retire. There we go. Yeah, I mean, that's what we originally wanted to do, but unfortunately things happened. Which kind of sucks. Right. They didn't fly. Might have forgot to set a target. There we go. There you go. I would say Mindanao, India, or China. India, maybe. Probably more likely one for for the most part. Mindanao doesn't need much. I mean, the vast majority of forces in this area, although we don't see them here now, but we know there's a unit there. How much AV's here? 9 AV. Times 3 terrain. We do have the actual ships there to bombard to support them, so it should be okay. They wouldn't surrender because they just retreat to the south anyway. Even then, I don't know how long it's been in there, but there's no roads. So that might take them quite a considerable amount of time yet. I don't imagine it's going to be in a great state for that. We do have these troops moving down here, then. Obviously ships as well, so they should arrive there tomorrow. That is detected by signal intelligence, which is interesting. Surprised he's not moved the subs to the north yet, but I guess we'll see that soon. But yep, continue to bombard here. Cause some damage. A good few bombardments should be able to allow us to break through that, so I'm looking forward to that. New Caledonia will be able to move down towards eventually. I mean, what we're doing now is obviously building up this area over here. So if we look over here at Carter Bay, we might actually have a level 1 airfield there tomorrow, which would be great. And then obviously we need to work on towards the level 2 airfield. Over here at Shortlands, we are almost halfway there towards the level 3 airfield, which is good. Yep, so that's cool. Keep on working on those. It'd be great to be able to hit these guys. We do have a means to do so, I just really want it to actually happen. So like sinking a couple of cruisers would be really nice. That would really go a long way in helping us out in that area, for damn sure. Well, now looking fairly good. It has some detection in Quadrillane, which... Okay, I'd rather have detection on that one than Rhinomer. Now we're looking alright then. So we'll go ahead and call it out here then. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. It's been kind of weird with the weird stream quality issues, but hopefully it's not been too bad, and I hope to see you again sometime in the week. So, ooh, what day would it likely be? That's a good question. Maybe Thursday, so Mata Mokoyobi, perhaps. I guess Mata Raichu, either way. Mata Raichu. So sayonara, arigatou gozaimashita. Well, not like you've done anything, but I suppose it is like thank you for watching, so arigatou gozaimasu. I guess we'll go with that one. Until next time, sayonara. Goodbye for now.